Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. In the last episode, that is such a mouthful. In the last episode, we were doing some work with blood magic and getting the first of our runes and all that kind of fun stuff. Not too much work was done, but we are getting there. We were kind of planning out that. So I've made a second nuclear reactor. I'm planning on making a third at some point. Actually, it's a lot of materials, but it's not that bad. Actually, it's not as bad as you'd think. I currently have my suit on, and I've been messing with the nuclear materials for a while now. So let's grab a whole bunch of stuff. So we have a stack of fuel rods. We have plenty of excess uranium and all that fun stuff. We need to get these a little bit better with some copper plates. Let's see, we need 28. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna need quite a bit of iron and quite a bit of copper to make the actual like pieces, but I mean that's not that hard. So let's go ahead and do that real quick and kind of plan out what we're gonna be doing today. We need more iron. No, we don't. So there's 14 quad fuel rods. That is 2 reactors worth. We're gonna be using half of those here in a moment, but today we are going to be working on getting this up and running to power the Mass Fab. This was the chest I was using, by the way, just to have all the stuff in. We're gonna be making another MFE. I consider making MFSU, but that's a little bit more expensive than what I'm comfortable with right now. So we're just gonna make an MFE. This is still working, still using up all this power. And here soon, these two guys are going to be completely and utterly separate, which means we're going to have to move all this stuff, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's still something. You know, I realize we could probably, if we move this, we could do things, but we have 3 iridium, which is quite nice, but we could use a lot more. This should be able to supply power to at least 2 recyclers. We're gonna mess with that stuff a little bit today. So a little bit of an aside, I was checking the mob farm and we got a creeper trophy. So I'm gonna add that to this guy, and it makes explosions. Doesn't destroy anything or hurt anything whatsoever, so it doesn't really matter, but it's kind of cool. I also have some treasures that we can open. Might as well. Ooh, diamond. And do I already have? I don't have a ring of protection, so runic shielding would be nice. Let's see. Potions. Go in here. At least what will fit. And yeah, so I've been doing a bit of work, just trying to get things situated around here. One of the next things that I'm going to want to start working towards is we're going to do a little bit of magic today as well, I think, because that sounds like a good idea. So before we get too much into anything else, what I want to work on, by the way, this fills up so much. What I want to work on is I want to go ahead and make a couple things. We're going to need some glass. We're going to need... Oh, we're going to need some... Actually, we don't need any of those. We need no circuit boards, actually. Well, we're going to need like 1 circuit board, but that's not an issue. So we're going to need gold wire, and we're going to need some iron plates probably, and silver. We're gonna need a piece of silver, I do believe. I think that's about it. So cool. This I had go ahead and make a bunch of iron chipsets because why not? We'll use them. Let's get like 20-ish of that stuff. Flip that off for the time being. And what we're going to do is we're going to extrude some gold wires. We need 4 gold wires for an MFE. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make an MFE. And then we're also going to take... how much is it? 36? 36 of that. And compress it all up. And that should be good for right now. So we're going to want to grab a good bit of rubber. I'm going to make some more glass fiber cables. So we're going to have to pulverize this silver. We're going to make the MFE. I realize we're going to need another one of those, but that's not too much of an issue. So insulated gold. That guy. And then the crystals go on the interior, not the exterior. Alright, so that's pretty much done. We have 12 plates. We're going to need a little bit more iron. And we should be pretty much good to go with the second recycler. So I want to make a second recycler just to make this whole process a little bit easier for us. So we're going to need another machine frame, and then we're going to do this with 2 redstone and 6 copper cables to make the circuit board. And then we need some stone and some dirt and a piece of glowstone. We also need to grab the silver. So silver and this energium dust. I don't know how to pronounce it. I forgot that only makes 1. So let's make 4. We'll have an extra one here. There's a piece of glowstone. Yeah, I forgot that makes like nothing. And I also need to take these out as I make them because they don't stack. So there's 1. We need 6 stone, 3 dirt, and we should be able to make the recycler. Then we'd also need to make a whatchamacallit, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The thing that goes with it. God, why am I blinking? The transformer. There we go. The transformer upgrade. I don't know how many we need. I think we need 2. Yes. So we have to make those as well. Not much of an issue. I also want that silver. So there is the compressor, and then compressor with 3 dirt, 2 iron, and a glowstone makes the recycler. So let's go grab the silver, and we'll grind that up. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. And let's grab the next guy out of here. Grab all of the ore stuff that we can. And we're going to make a bunch more fuel. Once again, because we can. And cool. So 21 more. We have a decent amount of uranium going right now, which is good. That's going to allow us to make more reactor stuff as we go. There we go. There's 5 cables. That's all we have. So there's that guy, and then we can always make more of this stuff. It's actually not that bad. It's just diamonds. It is expensive on diamonds, so we don't need the recycler anymore. We do need to get the transformer upgrades, which requires more circuits, more casings and more rubber. Most of that we can handle pretty easily. So there's the MFE. We need 2 of these, so we're gonna need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which also means we need 12 of those. We're gonna need this guy. What else? We're gonna need glass and more iron plates. 16 more iron plates. And 2 of these guys. So nothing too difficult. I do want to grab a tree tap, and we're gonna go get some rubber. But yeah, so kind of my plan is we need to do some stuff. We're going to get the first kind of order of business is getting the Mass Fab running on its own independent reactor. One that I can just have run all the time. I'm not going to worry about grabbing that. Too much of a hassle. One that can run on its own all the time, so we don't have to worry about it, no maintenance or anything like that. We don't have to worry about the power. We just leave it on, and the MFE will be a bit of a buffer, but not really. So extractor, all that. We need quite a bit of rubber. So let's make the rest of the stuff. I'm going to need a little bit more iron plates. Let's go grab, I don't know, 2 stacks of iron to run through the plate machine. I mean, I have 26 stacks left after that. And how is this doing? Seems to be done. It has a bit of gravel left. So more plates. We need 2 more for the circuit boards. And we can go ahead and make the circuit boards, it looks like. And there's those. We're going to need a little bit more, I forgot. So there's 2 circuit boards. We're going to need 2 more each, I think. Yeah, because this guy is 2 more insulated copper. So we need 12 more rubber. Do we have that cooking? Yeah, easily. Cool. So the last thing is we're going to want to put that in there, charge it up. And here's the fun part. We're going to take that off. And let this run through. Don't really care too much. And what we're going to do is we're going to... how do I do this? I can't remember what the controls is for these guys. Industrial craft. Mode switch. X. No. Not that one. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had to do this, so... Alt key? No. Mode switch X. Let's do something like... decimal. There's a way to... I don't remember. It is in lossless mode, so doesn't matter. I wish I had a magnet of some sort. Oh, there's land behind there, so never mind. So we take all that stuff, come around, get the upgrades, and get slightly stuck. Not even slightly, actually stuck. And now the fun part I'm a little worried about, which is why I didn't do it off camera. I also don't have my I don't have my jetpack on. I don't want to pick up the Mass Fab. I'm actually kind of worried about doing that because I don't know if I can. I don't know if there's another way to pick up these machines other than the way that I've been doing. So let's pick this guy up. Get all this stuff. My inventory full? Yep. Okay. So we can just... Why didn't that work? Oh, it's full. That's why it didn't work. Wow. That's actually really nice. So let's just throw that much in there. It'll take care of it. We'll grab the rest of this stuff. So I guess that's why I have this. Let's put the igneous extruder, the recyclers, the MFE, this system, these guys. We're going to want probably more ejector upgrades as well. There's some scrap. But by now we should have all the rubber. There's those and those. Cool. So something like this gives you 2 of these transformers, and then transformers with glass. There's 1 transformer upgrade, there's 2. Alright, we can throw this stuff in there. And now the fun part. This is why I was scared. Let's hook up some of the stuff. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to put the MFE right here. So I think we do something like that. That works just fine. This doesn't have any power, so it doesn't really matter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the line here. And we're going to take recyclers, we're going to put them here and here. Now before I go any further, I want to go ahead and put these guys in them because I don't want to have to ever deal with that. And I think the easiest way to do this is going to be from the bottom. We're going to put the igneous extruder right here and configure this to output to the bottom. Now we'll have to put more water and all that stuff in there. It's not a problem. And then honestly we can do this. And we're going to need more item ducts. That's not too much of an issue. So this has no power. It shouldn't explode anything anyways. But there we go. That is all we need. That's the setup. And then we'll need exactly 1 more cable to do another reactor right here. And that's something I will probably work on between episodes. So how bad was a compacting drawer? Can I make another one? Oh yeah, that's easy. So let's... Okay. I don't need any of this. Actually, let's grab these 7. Let's go ahead and put it in here. It's not on. We're not going to turn it on, but that way I can shift click and get our armor back. And let's head downstairs. We're going to... we're going to grab all the blocks down here. But I also need to get the item ducts. And this one will be a dense one. And let's actually fly up here. Put that on enabled. Ignore. So that will work just fine. Take that out. We can break this guy. I'm going to leave that there for right now. We're going to take that off. Because we don't honestly need that at all. And this is the part that scares me. Can we get our mass fab? Awesome. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to. But we're going to get some more item ducts first. And And yeah, I was like, I should have some. We're gonna get this set up. So something like so, and then we're gonna put the mass fab right here with a lever on the front. I'm gonna turn it off for right now, and then the fluid tank here. So I'm gonna take half of these guys, put them in each recycler, and then this is an ejector to the east side, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Can't I just like, there we go, just right click it on a block, so automatically outputs to the south side. This that would be for this one, and then we're gonna need another ejector upgrade, and something else we can do, because why not? Actually, we have exactly enough for it. We can make scrap boxes. Now this is something we could do later with all the scrap, but we're gonna do it just for now, just because it'll allow the system to kind of build up some excess stuff and all that fun stuff. So let's put this away. And what we're gonna do is, you know, I have a dolly. Let's take our dolly. Let's also get a bucket of lava. You know, from right here would be fine. Doesn't really matter. Let's grab our dolly. And we should be able to move the compacting drawer. You don't need that anymore. We also don't need this excess cobblestone. So we put that in there. We'll take the dolly, pick that up, and put that right here. And then what I can do is I can always give something like this, and we'll move the rest of the stuff into another compacting drawer, but we'll wait on that for a little bit. Are those guys not dying? No, they're just taking a while. How is this? Alright, I do have to keep an eye on that. I need to either upgrade it or clean it out a little bit or something. But let's put the dolly back. We should need that now. And I'm just trying to think of everything we need to deal with. So with the transformer upgrades, we need the compacting drawer. This is not too bad. 2 pistons, some sort of drawer, and 5 stone. Pistons are a normal recipe, right? Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at that. You know, I have this double chest over here that I don't really need. I think next time I make this, I'm going to make the actual reactor first, and then I'll make the rest of the stuff. What I might do is just make another iron chest and put it over there for armor and start just upgrading those. But we'll take one of these guys. We need some wood. Like so. And there is the drawer. We need one more piece of wood. Some cobblestone. Redstone. And we can get the pistons. And what was the last thing we needed? Piece of iron. Easy, easy, easy. So this will be, once we grab another servo, which I should have. I don't have a servo. Oh, I do. I have a Signalum servo. That'll work. Doesn't really matter to me. So there's that. We have a servo. All we have to do is place this guy right here. We'll grab one of these and put it there, and now it's going to make quadruple. So we just tell that to ignore, whitelist these guys, and it should start pulling. That is what I want to see. So, last thing to do We grab the water. We get the cobblestone generator going. Did I ever make a key? I don't think I did. So can we make a drawer key real quick? Just one of these guys. So it requires another drawer. Do I really want to make that? Do I really care? It shouldn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, it would be nice. I don't know. I don't think so. We'll just ignore it for now. So now we have cobblestone generation. And that will continue kind of indefinitely. It will send the cobblestone firstly to these two guys. And then it will try to fill up the drawer. Now, one thing I do want to check and not fly crazily about. I don't want that to connect to the Mass Fab. Just out of precaution. I don't know that cobblestone would go in there, but it might. And I don't want that. So, presumably this will be fine. How it is. We have 3. We just need another ejector upgrade. So let's... I can't remember how to make those, so let's see. How bad is it? Circuit board, hopper, pistons. Alright, not that bad. So I need 6, 7, 8. And 2 redstone, an iron plate, more pistons, more hoppers, more stuff. Let's grab that chest, and we're gonna need like 6 more jungle wood. And it's the other way around. So there's the pistons. There's the hopper. There is the circuit board. And there's the ejector upgrade. So this one I want to eject on this side. So this should work. All we have to do is throw that in there. These guys both have transformer upgrades. And if we just flip the switch, this starts getting power. These guys start running. And we can turn this on. And we have a nice amplified Mass Fab. And presumably this will go until these guys run out. Now this is going to lack power. But we'll see kind of how it handles everything and what we need to do. Like I said, I'm going to make another reactor chamber. This guy, I could probably figure out how much power he's using exactly, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's more of, does it keep up than anything else? And it doesn't, but it will eventually. Like I said, I will get more reactors, another reactor here, and I'll do that off camera. So let's step away from the IC2 stuff. This will start getting us a decent amount of UU matter. We've already gotten 3 since I've turned this on. Now we need like a lot. But the new thing is I can just break the tank. I can bring it over here and just dump it into this guy and make iridium. So, whoa, lag. Yeah, these guys definitely don't have enough power, but that's okay. So now that that's done, I haven't worked on the blood magic yet. I'll probably do that between this episode and next. But today I want to start looking at something a little related. So something that we're going to want is more nether stars. Nether stars is going to be super important to get a lot of really good stuff. It's used in a lot of the extreme crafting recipes. Actually, just the one. It's used for these guys, the quantum cores, ludicrite blocks, wyvern cores is the big one, and then the crystal matrix ingot, which is also another big one. Those are used for a lot of things. And we're going to need it for a couple of things. The null catalyst, which once you have one null catalyst, you can duplicate them. And actually, it's not that difficult. This is a pretty simple set of crafts, but the null catalyst is used for a couple of things. One of the big things is the conjuration catalyst. We're also going to need it for the crystal clusters require it. Plus the actual mana pool is going to require quite a few null catalysts. So it's just a bunch of things that we're going to need nether stars for. And farming the wither is not a bad idea. The nether star is also used, I swear it was used in something, I mean, wyvern cores are used for like everything. So getting a lot of nether stars is going to be important, and one of the big things that we're going to do, yeah, you need it to make draconium blocks, which is kind of ridiculous. Now, one of the big things that we need to get is, well, something I want to automate killing the wither is the mob grinder from Draconic Evolution. This thing is expensive. It requires a draconium block, which requires a wyvern core, which requires vibrant alloy, thaumium, flux. We can make these two. We can make all of this, except we don't have much draconium yet. So this is actually doable. This is within our reach. The mana dust is a little bit more complicated. It's mana infused metal, which is shiny, I believe. No. It's the mithril. That's right. And I don't think we have much of any of that. And then you also need to do primal mana, which is draconium and XP. So it's a little bit complicated. Plus this guy, which requires emerald ore and an etheric sword, which requires unstable ingots, and wyvern energy core, which isn't actually that bad, and just a lot of nastiness. That's not that far out of our reach, but we're gonna want to get a lot of nether stars eventually, because the energy cores are kind of useful. For example, let's look at the creative stuff. The energy cell requires a lot of this enhanced Galgadorian block, which I don't think requires too much. It requires a lot of diamonds, but not much else. But it requires a lot of draconic flux capacitors, which requires a wyvern flux capacitor, which is a lot of wyvern cores, plus the draconic cores, which these guys also require 4 wyvern cores, plus bedrockium, and it's nasty. So we're gonna need a lot of nether stars eventually. Now, that being said, I really can't kill the wither until we get a place where we're in Skyblocks. Withers can destroy blocks. That's not good. So we need something to kind of prevent that. And we need a warding wand focus, which is what we're going to use our nether star for. In order to get that, we need the runic matrix. The runic matrix is the key to that. And in order to get that, we need blood runes, which we have, attuned stones, which we can get, and then a whole bunch of runes of different things, which we can start making. That's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on the Runic Altar. I don't remember if I have one yet, or if I haven't made one yet. I don't think I have, because I'm honestly trying to jump around a little bit with Botania, because I want the Gorgomillis. But that's going to require a couple runes anyways, so let's go ahead and make it. We're going to need some stone turned into living rock. So let's go ahead and get that done. And this is something else that we'll probably want to automate one of these days, because it makes sense to. But we'll let that go. And the other ingredient is either a mana pearl or a mana diamond. I think, honestly, it's going to be easier to get a mana pearl than a mana diamond, just because we have a decent amount of ender pearls. And we can always make a lot more of those. So let's get one of these. We'll throw it into the mana, and we'll get a mana pearl. By the time we're done with that, we should have access to the Runic Matrix. So... not the Runic Matrix. What am I talking about? The Runic Altar. So this will be done in like 3, 2, 1... Dang. Alright. I tried. So once we get this guy, we're going to want to make a bunch of runes. Now, we can only make certain runes right now, and I think I still want to wait to make the Runic Matrix until we get more mana capabilities. So we're only going to make a couple of things. Specifically, we're going to just make the runes that we need for the Gorgomillis. Now, these runes are going to be consumed, so we're going to need a decent amount of fire and summer runes. Summer is earth and air, so we need everything but water. All the basics except water. Now, we're also going to want to grab another, what's it called? Mana spreader. And I don't remember how to make those. Gold, living wood. Okay, not that hard. Gold, living wood, and then some sort of petal. And something else we need to work on is bees. Because bees are going to make our life a lot easier with a lot of the different materials. But for now, it's not that big of a deal. So we just need a piece of gold. I said a piece. And we'll make a mana spreader. And before we do too much more, let's take a look at Rune of Water. So we need 3 mana steel, which again, using steel requires very little, but using iron requires a bit more. Let's actually take a stack or 2. How is this doing on energy? Not that bad. So let's just throw 2 stacks of steel. So we need 3 mana steel, bone meal, sugarcane, a fishing rod. That's easy enough. And a water shard. So that's where things are going to get difficult, is we're going to need shards. Now something else I kind of want to look at. So fire requires a fire shard. And we don't need water. What am I doing? We need earth, which requires an earth shard, and air, which requires an air shard, which is sandstone and grass, respectively. So, sandstone, does this transfer back? No. Let's grab an air shard. Now, luckily, the Rune of Summer and the Rune of... Wait, that was not the right thing. Is it sandstone slabs? Yes. Dang it. Can I use these? Haha, I can. So, the Rune of Summer and the Rune of Fire, I believe, for the Gorgomillis, are the ones that are going to be consumed. Not the Rune of Air or the Rune of, the other thing. Let me make sure. So the Gorgomillis is Summer and Fire. Yeah, so Earth and Air are not going to be consumed, which is good. It's going to make my life a little bit easier. But we can throw those 2 in there. We'll need more fire shards, but fire shards, luckily, not used as recipes. Nether brick gives you 4. Nether brick is not terrible to get. It's not the best to get either, but it's not terrible. So we're just gonna get 1 single earth shard and kind of go from there. So, now one big thing is we don't have much mana over here, so let's get some more charcoal. And we're just gonna break this guy, get an earth shard, and put that back. So, I was getting steel, that's right. I was getting something over here and I don't remember what. So one of these days I'm going to move the Thaumcraft stuff. So how's this doing on power for 1? Just fine. Let's get 3 steel each. That is fine for now. We'll get a decent amount of this stuff. So fire requires nether brick, blaze lamps, and nether wart. Well, 2 of those are not that bad to get. Or at least one of those isn't bad to get. Or is it? Do I have a blaze? No. Unless I have one in here. No. So, I guess we're gonna have to summon a blaze. That's actually not that difficult. It should be pretty straightforward. I thought I had blaze rods already. I guess I never made that. So, we can't do fire quite yet. But let's go ahead and get some of this other stuff ready. And cool, so 3 of these. We also want to put a mana spreader here. We need our wand of the forest. And we'll bind it to that. So let's see, how bad is the earth? Stone, block of coal, and a mushroom. That we can do. If you remember last time, I was talking about white mushrooms. We're going to probably use those eventually, but for right now, we have just a mushroom. We just need a piece of stone and a block of coal. So 7, 8, 9. And this should work just fine. So this will be the first runes that we've ever made. That is kind of exciting. And I'm missing something. Oh, the earth shard. Derp. I knew that. Alright, so that will try to make as much mana as it can. If we look at it, it will tell us the progress. So hopefully it has enough power. And it looks like it does. It looks like we have enough mana for this. Now the last steps are we need our wand of the forest. And we take the living rock. And we put the living rock there and right click it with the wand of the forest. And that gives us 3 runes. Now, typically you only get 2 runes. That is one thing that this mod pack does change, kind of for the better of the player. I just throw all those there. So it's kind of nice. The runes of summer you still only get 1, but you'll get these runes back, so I'm not too worried about that. Now we need the rune of air, which is carpet, feather, string. So carpet, feather, and string. I think we can handle that. Let's see. Feathers, carpet, and string. And we also need the nether wart. I didn't want a full stack, I just wanted 1. We also need the nether wart and the blaze lamp, but we'll get that here in a moment. And the nether brick. Those won't be too bad to get, so we just do these. And it's the same process, so we can actually just leave that there for right now. Keep the bees going. I need to work on these guys off camera a little bit. And we're honestly going to automate them here soon. There is a special way to do that I've recently learned. Ender.io actually has a nice and cheap and easy way to do that. Using their conduits, the item conduits. The item conduits are a little expensive to make, but it's worth it. So, in order to get the blaze rod, we're going to need blaze. We're going to need an angry doll, is what it's called. Angry dolls are ex nihilo, precious doll, porcelain clay. We've seen this stuff before, I think, long time ago, but we also need a safari net. So we're going to need a gas tier and some ender pearls. Now what all does this require? Blaze powder, glowstone, redstone, netherwort. Not anything too difficult. So let's make the safari net first. We're gonna need an emerald. I believe it's one glowstone? No, two glowstones. One of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Piece of clay and netherwort. Well, actually, it's a little bit more than a piece of clay, but take one of those and one of these. We actually need 2 netherwort. Now, do we have netherwort growing somewhere? Yes. Can I go ahead and harvest this? Just get a little bit extra. And that'll be nice and good. And then we're going to need this guy. Full of lava like it is. So luckily that part is easy enough. We need one of these. Broken up. And I do believe that's it. So pour some clay into a precious doll, which we'll make into an angry doll. We just need one of those, which will go downstairs. I also need another piece of redstone. With as much redstone as we're getting, actually we're going to need 4. Or no, 3. Or is it just 2? No, we need 4. That's not a problem. So come down here. Now we just have to right click on this and we'll start summoning a blaze. And all we have to do is capture it with the safari net and everything will be fine. So we're gonna get a piece of this. And yeah, so we just gotta wait for a little bit. We're gonna get a blaze. We're gonna go auto spawn the blaze for a little bit and get we need at least 9, I believe, blaze rods. Yeah, 9 blaze rods for a blaze lamp, but you can use these for different things. We're gonna need them for the alchemy catalyst. That's gonna be super important. We'll get there probably in the next episode or so, if we want to keep going with that way. I'd like to try to keep working towards the Gorgomillis, which basically just requires us to get a bunch of blood, which is just going to take some time. But there's some other things we can do. So, blaze. We have a blaze now. So, that is full of lava. Let's get some netherrack. And one more. So we could either just go ahead and smelt these up and get the nether brick, or we can throw them in this, the induction furnace with some soul sand, and we'll get the better option of 2 nether brick. By the way, we have 24 millibuckets. I could probably use some more overclockers. Honestly, that'll be something that we'll deal with once we get more power over there. I'll make some more overclockers for those as well, so everything is nice and quick. So, let's see, we put this, 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 and this. We'll throw these guys down. And let's go summon some blazes. I'm going to put the other nether brick, honestly, in here for right now. We'll summon more blazes and we'll kill them. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. So, like I said, we just need 9. We have our good armor on. So, here in a second, we'll get a blaze. And there's 2 blaze rods. And now we can also make the blood magic chemistry set. So there's 7. We just need 2 more, and then I'm going to turn this off for the time being, and we'll get more later. I should also do this kind of stuff with my wand in my bar, because we'll actually get a little bit of aspects for that. Killing mobs will drop a little aspect orbs. I don't remember what mod does that, but whatever one does, you get these little aspect orbs, which is really nice for powering up your wand, rather than using nodes. So this will give us the fire nodes, and all we need now is to get the summer node, or summer rune, not nodes, which is sand, slime ball, which we can do, some melons, and then imbue slates. This is the hard part, but that's just a tier 3 altar, and there's nothing special about a tier 3 altar, is there? No, it's just glowstone. So we just do that and that, and we have our fire rings. Awesome. So I think that's a good enough stopping point for today. We have more power going to our guy over there. I should probably continue working on getting even more uranium made. Probably want to make some more of the one things that do the thing. The fuel rods. And yeah, just kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and next time we will continue our work towards the Gorgonillas flower. There we go, that's what it's called. We'll continue our work towards actual mana for Botania, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!